Give us the full story on that one then, the 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, I was going on a stag do. It was my brother's stag. And it was the year where the FA Cup was played during the season. So you played the FA Cup and then you had the last game of the season. So we were playing Coventry and I'd organised a stag do for my brother in Orlando. And John Gregory, I went and see him. He said, not a problem, Merse, you can go. We ain't got a game the following week. And we come in at half-time 2-0 down. We sat down, just sitting there, 2-0 down, Coventry. Our season's over anyway. And he went, you're not going tomorrow. If this don't get changed around, we win this game, you ain't going. And then, behold, I mean, that was the last kick of the game. I scored, we won 3-2, and then went Orlando the next day. Which
so it's probably your biggest ever celebration.
Merse,
I can imagine. As you've got you taking your kit off, running straight in down the tunnel, getting the bags, and getting to the airport.
Oh yeah, you can imagine what I said to John when I got in. You know what I mean? I was putting suntan cream on when he was having his end of season chat. You know, I was putting cream on. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Graham, would you like to have managed Merse?
Yes and no. John gives you on the football pitch. He's going to take days a week. You know, he's going to win you games. He's going to be the difference in games that are tight with his ability. He'll be an out-and-out rascal to manage. I think you'd have to have eyes in the back of your head. Merse, do you remember a end-of-season trip? I was manager of Liverpool. We went to
Singapore.
And about 3 o'clock in the morning, I was obviously tucked up on my bed. I'd been for about 5 hours. And you turned up. Who did you turn up? About 3 of you came in for a drink to my room.
I remember it, yeah. And then I remember we watched...
I'll have a guess. Ray Parlour.
No, I don't know. I think Ray was too young to drink then. This is like, I think it was...
No, I was with him. I was there that trip. I was there.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, and Ray Parlour was there. Yeah, Ray was there.
My room.
Oh, Ray was there. I remember going back. I went in, I think the next day, and me and you watched the Barcelona-Man United Cup Winners' Cup final.
Yeah.
Because I had Man United and you had Barcelona.
In the morning. I think you
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
So
I'm not turning up on my own. I'm not turning up with something.
With a proviso that I could, I don't know, somehow make him behave himself, because his talent is... Few people have the kind of talent Merse had. I'm not saying it because he's one of us, but he was a special talent. And Merse, can I ask you a question?
Thank you.
If you had your time again, what would you do different?
You know what? Not a lot. Not a lot. I mean, on the football pitch, nothing. I mean, I put myself down as a team player. I mean, I was selfish off the pitch, but when I come to Saturdays, I played for the team. I didn't play for myself. I played for the team and wanted to win football matches.
Were you a good trainer?
At the end of my career, I wasn't. At the end of my career, I knew that I had to be ready for games on a Saturday, and that's where Jamie's dad was phenomenal with me. I mean, he understood, and he would say, right, you just train twice a week, look after yourself. You're old enough. But in the early days, I trained as hard as anybody. You had to with George Graham. If you didn't train hard, you wasn't in the team. But at the end of my career, I was a poor trainer. And I think that was the problem when I moved into management at Walsall. At the end of my Walsall career, I was a bad trainer. And when I got the manager's job, the players thought they could train like that. And that was a problem. And that wasn't their fault. That was my fault, because that's what they'd seen the year before when I was playing. And it was hard to get it across to them that I could do that, because I'd played so many games and I was coming towards my end of my career and you wasn't. So that was a big regret of mine, because I didn't really set that example to the younger lads at Walsall that I should have worked harder. But my body wasn't made to work harder then. I was 35, 36 years of age.
My dad always used to tell me, he said, you're a dream to manage. He said you were fantastic, great attitude, wanted to win. The odd time, I think, a little trip to Barbados, Merse, I think we'd like to hear about, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, your dad tells it well. I mean, we'd just been beaten by Man United in the FA Cup 4-1. They were top of the Prem, and we was top of the Championship. And they beat us 4-1. And it weren't a bad game as it goes. And then I always look at the fixtures. I was one of them. I could tell you the next 10 games, whatever club I was at. You know, that's what it was all about, the fixtures. And I'd all worked it out because I'd seen the game. The team that we were supposed to play in 2 weeks was still playing in the FA Cup. So we didn't have a game. So I went and see. So I booked a holiday to Barbados. I went and see your dad, and I said, "Harry, is it all right, Gaffer? Is it all right if I go away next week? Because the team we're supposed to be playing after this game are out the FA Cup, and I've got a problem with my gambling and my drinking, so I need to go to Tony Adams' treatment centre if that's okay." And he said, "Not a problem, Merse. You go away for a week. You go away for a week. Be back week Monday for the next game." Now, there was nothing wrong with me. I'd already booked Barbados. So I went to Barbados, flew to Barbados. I'm walking along the beach the next day, and all of a sudden bumped into a bloke, and we're having a chat. And all of a sudden, he said, "Do you reckon you'll go up, this and that?" I said, "Maybe. You never know if we hang on." I don't know. He's Harry's best mate. He's the gaffer's best mate. So I just walk off, and he goes back to his villa, rings Harry up, and goes, "All right, Harry, how are you?" He went, "Yeah, I'm good. How are you?" He went, "Yeah, just been with one of your players." He's gone, "Who's that?" He went, "Paul Merson." Harry's turned around to him and gone, "What's wrong with you?" He thought he was in treatment with me. He went, "No, he's in Barbados." And he never said a word. He never said a word. I come back so brown, you know, it was January, and he got on with it, Harry. I mean, unbelievable manager. And I mean, the thing with Harry, I mean, people, I get really fed up with Harry, with people when they go, "Oh, Harry's a wheeler dealer." He's not a wheeler dealer. He's one of the best managers I played for. Tactically, he was phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't talk highly enough in the amount he knew. You don't manage that many games in football if you ain't great. And he was a great manager. I mean, some of his tactics that he could see a game so quickly, and at half time he wouldn't mess about. He'd go bang, bang, change teams, change players. And he was a phenomenal manager. I mean, the game's changed now. Players can play. It's all about looking after players. What players need to train well, what players don't. I heard Jamie say he knew loads of players that on Monday to Friday were great. Come what Saturday, give the ball away, were hit. You know, Viv Anderson was the worst trainer I've ever seen. But he was one of the best right backs I've ever seen. So for me, it's all about the game day. It's all about game day.
It was interesting as well. I heard a story about Harry being... You've heard of horse whisperers, obviously. He was like a footballer whisperer. I don't know if this is true, Merse. That he would just every day or every week go around and whisper something in each player's ear just to give them a little bit of a G-up. Yeah,
he used to just say to me, "Go and play. Just go and play. Just go and play. You've played enough games in the league. You know, you go and play. You go and get the ball where you need to get the ball, and where you don't need to go, and you just get it." And that's what Harry done. I mean, you know, that I was coming towards the end of my career, and he made me. I played, I think, 50 games or something in one season at 33 years of age. So for me,
Merse,
yeah,
run
he
out
was
of time.
a phenomenal manager.
Good
Pleasure.
to talk to you.
Thank
Great
you
to
for
see you,
having me.
Merse, again. Jamie, thank you. Graham, thank you as well. And we'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye from us.
Thank you.
See you, boys.
Bye.